Hey everybody, Travi here. Recently, I took a trip to a local lake when all of a sudden, this asshole appeared out of the water and pulled one of my friends in. Least to be said, I was pretty pissed off, so I just decided to run because, you know, fuck that. And for whatever reason, I found myself near an archery ground, just looking around.
I have to escape.
And I decided to just go for a peaceful walk. Just checking the environment, looking at the trees, just seeing what this area in particular has to offer. Didn't take long before I noticed that for some reason I had a map over here where I could apparently see other people also in the same boat as me. Also walking around. Some of them running, some of them jogging. But for some reason, this one girl seemed to be very focused on this car. I couldn't really see the car, so I wasn't really able to check out its features, so I don't see what's so important about this car. But then another girl comes running up with a jerry can full of gasoline, and I just thought, yeah, sure, let's party. But before we could drink any of the gasoline, she apparently just starts chugging it into the car. The other girl installed something into the car, I think. Not really sure what. I don't know, I'm not a fucking mechanic. Didn't take long before I actually found the keys, but after all that activity, I was a little tired, but still. The car was booting up, so I had to get closer.
I'm out of here.
And we had one of the girls drive. I didn't really feel comfortable about that. I don't know, I'm more of a driver myself, so I just had to sit here and watch their beautiful hair just stroll in the wind, even though I don't think any of the windows were actually down. But that didn't matter because, you know, we were getting out of here in a pretty damn fast car, which doesn't seem to need to shift gears at all, so fuck it. Why even bother? There seemed to be another car about ready to just stroll out of here, but we didn't really pay attention to that too much because we were worried about our own skin. With weird-ass sounds all around us, we still were driving and driving and driving. Going by some cabins, just looking all around. Maybe catching a glimpse of the killer of one of our friends earlier. But none of us were able to see him. None of us were able to apparently control our hair. But I hope mine sure is still sitting good, because if your hair isn't fair, then touch you I do not dare. So we ran into a dead end and now we had to reverse. And for some reason, this girl is so good at driving that she didn't even have to look back while doing it. I don't know, I always look backwards when I'm driving backwards, but she's confident. And then again, what could we possibly be running into that would actually be that bad? So I decided to whip my dick out. And this wasn't really the reaction I expected, so I quickly put it back in. They didn't kick me out of the car, that I was grateful for, and we make our grand escape. We escaped from whatever the hell was back there and lived to fight another day. But I'm sure that this was not over yet. So we decided to take a pit stop at Higgins Haven. Just a peaceful campfire, one of our friends was walking up. And oh no, it's the same guy again! And he just killed one of our friends once more. So we decided to put it on another run. And this time, I was actually kind of losing my patience.
Was that real? This can't be real.
I was not having any of this today. I was having a good time. I was doing well. I thought that it was going good. I was with these girls, and now the girls seem to be gone. There don't even seem to be the same people anymore. And I was generally not amused at all. I was all alone in the woods again, but I decided to take another peaceful walk. Just walk around. Didn't bother going into any of the cabins because, well, I didn't really care that much. Just kept walking and walking and walking and walking. Eventually I got bored so much that I decided to go into one of the cabins, which apparently already hold an extra counselor. So I decided to close the door behind me just so that I wouldn't let the cold wind in. And if Team Fortress 2 taught me anything, always go for the frying pan. Though I am now armed, apparently. Which, well, a frying pan is the most dangerous random crit weapon, so I felt safe. I felt confident that if this guy would pop up and actually try to kill us, we would be able to defend ourselves. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Checking around the house a bit, just walking a peaceful stroll. I didn't notice too much in this room of my interest, so I just kept walking. This room I had faith in, so I was checking. Saw a closet, saw a window, nothing outside the window. I saw a drawer that wasn't open yet. And I found myself a map, which I didn't really think twice about to take. Well, I actually did think twice about it, but you know what? Fuck it. I don't need to explain myself. With the weird-ass sound still going around us everywhere, I decided to go up the stairs and see if maybe, one of the girls I met previously would be here. I opened up a drawer only to find a radio make a weird noise that I can only imagine some local rednecks would be making. So I decided I would have none of that shit and just close the drawer again and leave. So after giving myself a fresh pair of clothes that I stole locally, apparently the police are going to arrive at the scene and, well, I'm gonna be caught anyway, so I might as well try and do something a little risky. Maybe try something that I haven't done before. But there was nothing in this house that I could actually use for that kind of goal, so sadly, I was left with no other option but to go outside again, making these new clothes even wetter. And let's be real, nobody likes water on their clothes, neither do I. So I was just looking for a very simple place to hide during this rainstorm, because this has got to be the longest damn rainstorm, because it's been raining for over a few hours now. And it doesn't seem to stop, it doesn't seem to either go slower or faster, it's just one steady pace of constant rain. And who likes that? Who likes standing out in the rain? I don't think anybody would like this. So, I found myself an outhouse potty, which was pretty convenient, because all these hours, never going to the bathroom once, this is awesome. This is actually very helpful. So, I will just spend the rest of my time here until the cops arrive. Don't believe me? We will see. Getting scared by a toaster, eh, Lord Goober? So, after doing my needed things in there, I decided that it was time again to move. And judging that the police should be here any second, there they are, I was just taking a goddamn sprint, because I was not expecting anything to show up anymore to try and stop me. I've spent more than 4 minutes on a shitter. I will not die to this now. You will not get me. You will not get me. And he didn't. He actually didn't. I made it to the police and I explained to them all that all I saw was one asshole show up out of the water and killing my friends. But the most important part, I lived. But not for long. As one of the counselors was warming up at a local fire, 3 of the others actually just escaped, and as I tell the cops that this is their target, and they fire the shots into them, we all lived. As he stood up, we knew that this was not the final night, that he would be after us. Word spread of another camp of counselors being in danger. So, we send out the man we had the most faith in, outside of the cops, of course. He decided to go in. He did what none of us would want to. He did the unthinkable. He voluntarily went after Jason inside the camp, where everybody was in danger. Nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Nobody wanted to cooperate. Everyone was running away from him, but he was determined. He was determined to find and kill the Jason. But could he find him? Could he kill him? Could he be chosen to get it all done? Our hero met up with a few local counselors that he found. But then Jason showed up, and he actually was really angry this time. Missing his shot of the shotgun somehow, Jason was not stunned by it, but rather by a hammer. Panicking and looking for another weapon, our hero was not able to find any weapons at all. Instead, he just found a dead guy in a tub. Looking around carefully to find another weapon, one of the counselors was grabbed by the throat but released by another. Finding a weapon finally, and running outside, He was waiting for an opportunity to strike. Jason picked one up, but thankfully the other counselors were having each other's back as well, releasing each other. And Jason was still on the chase, but not for very long, for our hero is one of those heroes that actually puts himself in danger on purpose in order to save others. A white knight, if you will, but it was too late for one of the counselors. He knew that he had to run, dodge the trap as he went outside, and Jason was already hot on his trail. Missing and getting into the bear trap that was set up right in front of his eyes, our hero's run, now with one less number. He vanished, but as Jason reappeared, he seemed to chase a new person, a person that we haven't seen yet. So our hero wanted to help her, but how could he possibly do that without a weapon? He didn't know what to do. Then, out of nowhere, Jason tried to strike, but our counselor actually struck down Jason. As he was stunned on the floor, both of them ran, trying to get to safety. Our hero saw an opening, but the counselor wanted to make sure to save her friend, so she continued on. So as the hero decided to join her, because he didn't want to leave her, since it's his job to save everyone, he stayed with her. And Jason still was on the foot, still chasing, still running, still seeking blood. As she screams for her life, she actually strikes at Jason. She kept striking. She got struck herself once too. But she still managed to stun Jason. And as he was standing there, both our heroes found some more weapons. A bear trap that actually wasn't very useful. And our hero got grabbed. It looked like he was going to die, but he actually broke free, and they ran. They ran as fast as they could. As the hero was distracting Jason, he knew that the counselor would get away, as Jason couldn't decide whom he wanted to chase. It looked like our hero had done his job. He had somehow secured the lives of the ones he wanted to save. Finally, fatigued to a point where he was not able to run anymore, he walked, as he knew that he shook Jason off. The counselors were saved. He did his job, and as he approached the bench to light up a cigarette, leave a sigh of relief, as he knew that he had won. But is this all that is to the story? Who knows?
But it's time to come home now.